Oh my god. Hey, haters. Do you want to go check out my Instagram? Do you? Go do it. Go do it. Go do it. Just go check out my Instagram. Go ahead. It's the _star_Kindler. I'm doing something. And it has nothing to do with reading cards online anymore. It has to do with something you guys really don't want me to be doing. Which is being happy and pretty and surrounded by beauty. Whoa. Boo-hoo. So sad. So, to all the exes I've loved, fuck you guys. I still love you, but fuck you. Seriously. Like, no, I don't wanna. I just want you to go, like, explode. Like, spontaneously combust, please. Because no matter how much damage you've done to me, and how much damage I allowed to be done to me by you guys that I thought I loved, well, that I actually did love, but I thought that you loved me as well. But you guys never did. Everyone I ever dated was a parasite. Fucking parasite. I kept going over those pictures I had, the ones I have left, and I noticed something earlier today. Which one of you just got the fucking zoomies like crazy? Oh, it was a cat. There she is. I realized something after looking through all my pictures that I have. Every time I've dated anybody, I've never had pictures of myself. They kept taking the pictures and then they would disappear and take everything. And I've really been thinking about this and doing a lot of work. Man, I need to re-dye it or something, bro. I have so many little gray hairs growing out. I kind of want to make it just all gray. I think I'm going to let it keep growing and growing and growing from now on. I feel so much freer. Like, I don't even want to talk about this stupid shit anymore. But I noticed every time I was in a relationship with anybody, they took everything. Everything. And for so long, I was blaming myself. Like, oh, what's wrong with me? Why don't they love me? Why don't they, care for me? Oh, do I have to love myself better? Do I have to, like... What the fuck was I just doing with my hand, by the way? I thought I was the problem. And I've done so much inner work that I've realized something. Even if I was the problem, I keep putting work in to better myself. I was made to hate my masculine side so much I shut it out completely. And they started copying my masculine side. Not knowing they freed me through me. So I can't even be mad. I really can't. I would never be this person that I am had those people not been parasites in my life. I don't have any pictures of me in that way. Any pictures of me being outside with anybody else. Like maybe 2, I think. There was a wildfire in me, and they tried to snuff it out. This recent month has been a really enlightening month. And I've been sitting here, I baked a cake. I took a cake down to my neighbor, and a little chocolate cake. So good. So good. I'm sitting here, I put sprinkles on it. I've been redecorating. I went through a lot of my trash, like the sentimental stuff I had held on to, like hoodies and old bracelets and, statues and notes that I had and just things I've collected over the years to remind me that people cared about me at some point so that I wouldn't lose myself to the dark. And I was looking at them and I'm like, wait a minute. This is all stuff from people who pretended to care about me. And now holding on to it is like holding on to things like the weapons they used to break me. And I realized all this pain they put me through and all this trauma, and I've simply improved. Like, I'm already fucking confident as hell. Look at how I present myself in camera to on live internet to the world. And I make jokes and funny faces and I share everything with you, and I've been working for free all these years, I've been allowing myself to be in poverty because I thought I was needed here and in this area, and I had things to learn through poverty, like there was humbleness I had to gain and blah blah blah. And then I started looking into the Bible quotes some more about wealth and all this stuff. And then that video by one of God's children, soul family, I guess, with the um Deuteronomy, I think, or something like that. Sorry, I'm not. I know it internally. I don't know it how you guys wrote it. So when she said that, when the way she explained it, and the video was in the previous video I posted, that link, it was like somebody telling me, hush, hush, it's all going to be fine. And I just sat there for a moment and I was like, oh, it was like a big brother telling me it's fine. And then I pulled some cards for myself and I'm like, what do I need to know right now? And for a first time in a long time, I wasn't reading anyone else's energy other than my own, even in my own field. And I haven't been able to walk properly the past few days. Like, my feet feel new, my body feels new. I took a long hot shower and like scrubbed my skin with intent to remove all that cellular bullshit. Oh my god. I chopped some of the ends of my hair off, I with intent under the light of a no moon, you know, to remove any cords even ever coming back from these people. Lily, this is not NASCAR, honey. If it was, Mark would be here, and I'd be really, 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 really happy with Mark right now. Just FYI, because my God, that boy could kiss. Holy shit. And you guys are like, oh, she's so obsessed with Corey. Bruh. Bruh. He was boring as fuck, dude. He drove me nuts. Try like containing a wildfire with a cornbread Massachusetts fucking maple syrup boring ass person who went to sleep at 8 p.m. every day. Woke up at 4 a.m. every day for 3 years. Stayed at work till 7 p.m. Came home, ate food, went to sleep. And then we had sex one day out of the week. And that was like the first 2 years of our relationship. I hated it. I loved him because he was, my best friend. But as a partner, as a husband, even a girlfriend, like whatever you want to label it as, no. I was not happy. I was being abused, man. Hold on. This dog is causing a jailbreak. Excuse me. Pardon me, sir. Sir, do you see this? Do you have any any idea how much trouble this thing causes? This tiny werewolf, this thing, doesn't even weigh 3 pounds. 5 pounds maybe. So this entire gaslighting process you guys have been going through and putting me through, I'm like, I can smell the butane, you know? You can't gaslight me about shit anymore. Because every time I'm like gaslit about something, I open the Bible and I read the Bible and I'm like, oh, I'm not the problem. I have to work on how I'm delivering things. And finding a good dentist. And just recognizing on an energetic level what I really need to work on is unraveling the tapestry better. Not in a bad way, but like there's so many knots in the tapestry that in order, God, that's so annoying. Tux, your poor little jaw. I wanted a goldfish. When Lily was in the field of manifestation, I was thinking of getting a giant husky dog, like a big husky. I was already potty trained and everything. And then Lily shows up the next day by a neighbor giving her to me. A gang stalker neighbor, by the way. So I'm like, oh God. So she stays. We do the whole thing for like a few years. She's still here. You know, annoying cat. But she keeps me sane, dude. Like, she keeps me sane. And then I tried to manifest another companion, like an animal companion. Another husky. And the previous time it was a Doberman and like a Labrador and Doberman. Luna. Had to give her away because the neighbor was trying to kill her. Every time I was outside with the dog. Linda, do you remember Linda? Oh my God, the days of Linda being here. Linda would keep threatening to kill her. I'm like, someone take this dog, please. So, excuse me, werewolf puppy. Do not jump down again. Or else. Sir, sir, sit down. Sir, do not jump down. Do not. Do not. Anyway, long story short, all this stuff about being gaslit and me constantly trying to be like, oh no, is it me? Is it not me? Is it me doing it? I started asking God different questions. I'm like, instead of being like, what's wrong with me? I'm like, show me what I'm not seeing. Instead of thinking I'm too dumb, I've started asking, explain this to me as if you care if I misunderstand you. And things have been clearer. And last night, or a few nights ago, when I lay down to go to sleep and I was hearing this machine vibrate, I could hear the electric current running through a chip in a computer. It was so intense. It was so intense. It felt like my brain was being blasted by invisible sound. And I sat there for a minute and I'm like, what the fuck is this sound? Like, it's like a ringing in the ear, but a ringing in the brain. And I sat there and I just listened to it. And I listened to it so much, I fell asleep listening to that ooh, really loud noise in my head. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to go with the flow. Because if I would have panicked, oh my God, I would have been like, what's happening? But I went with it. I went to sleep. I woke up. During that sleep state, I was seeing energy like threads. Like everywhere I looked, it was just threads everywhere. And not even just threads, but little flashes of white light everywhere. And in the map, the part of the tapestry that was America was covered in this red, misty dust of hateful energy, of people's root chakra leaking. And then points around the map where that energy was being drained, funneled into pockets and out of pockets as money in their own pockets. And then it was showing me Bible quotes, like scriptures and words of the Bible, going really, 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 really quick. I still don't know what they all said. But one of the things was by that channel, Chosen by God. Like it popped up. I've never even seen a video from that channel. I don't even watch videos like that. When I talk to God, I talk to God. I don't need to, when I see those messages, I'm like, oh, what is this? And it's usually like one every year, one every 6 months, where someone else, like another chosen person from the light, like blasts a message at me through the internet. I'm like, oh, okay. Mariah's like one of them that I'm like around continuously, because every time like we're around each other, it's like a mirror that's reflecting back, but you can see what's next to the mirror too. So it's not an illusion. We're not mind gaming each other, but we're reflecting light so much back at each other that we're seeing the different colors, and processing it. It's teamwork, kind of like energetic teamwork. It's weird. So what I was seeing and what I was shown is the knots that need to be removed out of this like collective consciousness tapestry requires not only for each thread, and I was shown these lights as an example in my room when I was hovering over it in the astral. For these threads to be organized in a row, they all have to be untangled first. And some of these people that keep gaslighting, the parasites, as we're going to call them from now on, because narcissists are people that are empaths that have been damaged and possessed. Parasites are people who enjoy draining from others and then they benefit from it. There's no remorse. It's a parasite. Its function is to parasite. A leech doesn't feel bad about being a leech, does it? They are parasites. So there's no reason to argue with them. There's no reason to complain about it. It is what it is. They are what they are. If they want light, drown on it, bitch. Like, it's an endless supply. I'm just going to keep getting brighter. Eventually, it'll burn all the parasites off. So, whatever. But what I was shown with that is when these threads are reconnected to where they're supposed to be, things work out. But if people don't want to work on that, when they're choosing with their own free will to be parasitic or not fighting against or balancing or healing narcissism or transmuting things and traumas, when they're not doing that work, and then on top of that, when they're not listening to God's word within them and God's word reflected back at them in their life and the universe's synchronicities, and messages, and then the soul's urges, because your soul is important. There's even quotes in the Bible that say, bless the Lord, my soul. The person is asking the soul to bless the Lord. So you are important. Mr. Theodore, sit down. Play with your toy. And do not jump down. Hold on a minute. He's such a distraction, man. He's such a little distraction. What do you need? Whatever. So cute. So cute. Oh, God, I lost my train of thought again. Put it back. Oh, right. Contracts. When people choose not to be on the right track. Theodore. Nope. No biting pillows. When people don't commit to their soul contracts because they don't take themselves seriously or they don't take each other seriously, and they play these parasitic games, the entire tapestry gets raveled. And we have to unravel it. And then the people that are continuously the actual problem are the ones who point at people like me, people like us that are being like, this is the problem, we have to fix it. And they're like, oh, you're complaining. Like, that's besides the point. That's what's happening to your ears because you lack the consciousness to hear the facts being spoken. There's a problem with humanity. The problem is people are being cruel to each other. They have tools to help and they don't. They have land and they charge for it. It's like they betray each other and then they blame the problem. They cause damage and then they say, we can't talk to you because you're damaged. Well, you damaged me, didn't you? And I have to heal it, but while I'm healing it, I'm not good enough to be talked to or close to by anybody. That doesn't really seem weird at all to anyone, right? Excuse me. If I have to clean up your pee one more time, I'm going to just move and leave you here. I'll sign the lease in your name. I'll write a few checks for you, and you can have this entire apartment. I'm out. My God. And every time I look through the Bible, this is another branch from that other message that I keep getting distracted and telling you. Every time I look at the Bible, at the quotes I see, they're confirming things I'm saying, and it's basically little sprinkles of light. Confirming what I'm saying. So my thing with learning about this energy, this new energy, is recognizing what was parasitic illusion energy. Yeah, Squeaky. Yeah. We're gonna go for a walk in a minute. He needs to get his zoomies out. Hold on. You're like literally the most annoying dog for like 2 weeks right now. And it's not just one he's squeaking. It's 3. He has 2 in his mouth and then pushing the third one with his paw. And he's back again. Come on. Yep. Obviously. Obviously. Where else would you be? Okay. Can you just... Are we done? Okay. I'm going to put you on my lap now and you're going to sit down. If you keep doing this, I'm putting you in doggy timeout. Doggy jail timeout. And there's no bed in there anymore because you ate part of your bed. He ate a part of his bed. Oh, God. The parasites release a toxin. That toxin to the consciousness is like love. They distort. Theodore, Jesus Christ, stop biting me. They distort what you are back at you while they drain from you. So they put a pincer in their love bomb, right? Their narcissistic love bomb or bullshit or whatever. And then they befriend you, they shit talk, they glaze over it, they do whatever the fuck they do. But really, what they're doing is the yin yang symbol. The spots right around the circle, right around the white dot and the black, are those parasites, which then drain the light from the light into the dark by replicating it and distorting it. When these parasitic energies and people attach to people like me and others like me, they absorb mannerisms, likenesses, social security numbers. They ask about dreams, hopes, what you were like, what your traumas are. And the entire time, most of us think they're friends and, they're getting to know us and what's your favorite color. And, they spend every minute with us and they're pretending they're in love. And as an empath, you feel that fake love because when you're not trained to recognize the illusion of a parasite, you can believe that fake love is real love. And then it's compounded by people, fake oracles on YouTube saying it's karmic. No, honey, it's not karmic. It's a parasite. Corey was a parasite. Frankie is a parasite. There is no sugarcoating it. It is what it is. It's a parasite. The Illuminati were not designed to be the way they've been. They were never supposed to even be known or heard about. They were supposed to be guardians of ancient wisdom to help souls heal and clean and find their way, through the realms. They were guardians. They were the Knights Templar. They were the builders and architects. They were the chosen of God. They were the illumined. But they got parasites attached to them. And look at what they've turned into now. A distortion of what they were supposed to do. Look at Christianity. Where's the mother of God? How did God give birth to everything with a penis? It's a distortion of fact. And when we come down here, that God's children, chosen, or whatever you guys want to call us, and we're like, you guys, this is the problem. You guys are teaching wrong teachings, and the ones telling you what the correction is, you guys make us look like we're the fucking problem, so that we're not heard. But all the while, you're draining our light, our intellectual property, our material belongings, our birthright, our countries, our land, our literal kingdoms. You took it all, you destroyed it, you bombed it down, and then you genocide races, and then you erase history, and you fuck with things. And then I'm the problem? Because that entire playbook happened in my relationship with Corey. Word for word, step by step, lockstep. He came in, swooned, pretended to be friends. You know how Columbus went to the Native Americans, the indigenous. He's like, here you go, gifts, blah, blah, blah. Then the venom. And then the parasite's not going anywhere, is it? Until the body fights it out and realizes it's a parasite. Because that parasite has been tricking people into making it think that it's fine, and the antibody is the problem. It's such a distortion that a lot of Christians are following the devil while they defend the devil as Christ. So anyone that comes into their reality to show them the truth immediately becomes the Antichrist to them. Corey came in and did all this damage to me, and then he left, and I left, and we both basically fucking left within a week of each other. And then the house was stolen and all that shit happened. And then all these years, he's been draining me energetically with these societies he's a part of, because he is. And they do all this ritual shit. They cast spells. They do all this weird fucking voodoo and projection and men who stare at goats kind of shit. And I just don't pay attention to it. I'm not playing that game. I have no interest. I just keep cleansing myself. Every time they find a way to do it, I'm like, oh, there's an Achilles heel. Time to heal it. So when I'm speaking my truth or standing up for myself, somehow, I'm the bad guy. And I've been fighting to speak my truth and stand my ground and stand up for myself to parasites. Parasites don't need to be reasoned with. They need to be eliminated. There's no reasoning with a parasite. It will just drain until the vessel is empty. Like they drained me from blood until I was emptied of my own blood. Over and over and over. Kept at death's door for nearly 10 years from the age of birth to 10. So it's a playbook. They do this globally, individually, and to society, and then in relationships. And if you guys don't know about this, that's okay, because you're not part of the light and the dark. You're part of the dark that's coming to light, hence the Great Awakening. Because in order for you guys to be awakened, you have to recognize that there is a light in the dark, and that light has been contained by a force immediately surrounding that light. And you guys have been worshiping those forces as if they are the light. And every time I say it, you guys say I'm complaining. I tell you, you guys need to share. It's an energy exchange thing. You guys say I'm greedy, but it's in the fucking Bible. I'm just telling you what's in the Bible. Do you want me to sit here and read it for you, page by page, reading it and like deciphering for you all the things we wrote 2,000 years ago? I can. When I was Mary, I told you I'd be back to explain it to you. Jesus told you that he'd be back. He's still on the way, by the way. I mean, he's here, but he's not going to show up in the world physically and be like, "Sup, everybody?" And even if he did, and even if I'm like, whatever this fucking mind game is, right? At this point, it's above needing to be compassionate. It's above smacking common sense into people. It's above complaining about a problem. It's like beyond trying to reason and analyze and all that. It's beyond that. There are literal careers made out of traumatizing and benefiting off the trauma of others. There's literal career fields. You guys go to school to learn this. So, long story short, again, as short as I can make it, back to the original branch of the story. I was shown how to process this energy of parasites. Celestial parasites, etheric parasites, causal parasites, beings that make the vessel, the host, seem like it's the problem. People like Corey who came in and damaged and stole everything I fucking had, but somehow I'm the problem that he's having in his life. It's been 5 years since we separated. Why are you still watching my channel? And I'm the problem for pointing that out and asking you to leave me alone. And then when I'm angry about you not leaving me alone and I complain about it, I'm the problem and I'm the one that wants you back. I left that house with a garbage bag and a pillowcase long before you took my keys. I waited for you. I did all that work. You did nothing. You never showed up. You never even gave me back a cat. You took them and you made a Grindr profile. And you said father to 4 cats. But you forgot to mention you stole them. And now I'm the problem. What? Not good enough looking for you anymore? No more abs and a big dick for you to suck on? I don't care, dude. Like, I genuinely don't care. I'm so tired of feeling that energy. And when I was talking to God, they helped me sense this energy. That's how I know he was a parasite. It was never real love. I felt real love. The parasite was draining from me light, my personality, my habits, all the pictures he took of me, all the clothes I had, everything. And this is everybody I've dated. And a lot of people on YouTube. It's the same playbook. All the countries do it to each other too with war. They go and they liberate a country. They destroy the culture. They mimic the culture as pop, social media. Where's the Assyrians? Where's all the Basque people? Where's the original Persians? Where's the original Babylonians? Oh, right, you guys called them terrorists and blew up their countries. Whoops. But now you guys all have beards. down your fucking belly buttons. And you're like praising Gilgalad and Gilgamesh and you're doing Lord of the Rings stuff. Do you guys not realize the original elves were the Aryan races, the shining ones, which were the Farsi, Persian, Babylonians, the Anunnaki, the Tuatha, the Danann? What part of that confused you? I can't help you recognize the energy of parasites, by the way, because it's your energy that you need to recognize. When you recognize your own energy, you recognize parasitic energy, and you recognize authentic people's energy. Hence why empaths say, oh, I can see the light in them. Yes, but there's also a light bulb which can mimic light, but it needs energy to turn on. So things are going to be done differently yet again. People have been copying my old hairstyle, images on Instagram. You can go verify for yourself. So I cut my hair again. Copy this one, bitches. I don't care anymore. And I don't need to like bring this up from now on, even if I do any readings or if I start painting online or whatever we start doing. I'm here to help you, but I'm not here to be used by you. God commanded certain things, and a lot of you have gone directly against God's commandments. And because I point this out does not make me the problem. Okay? Check yourselves. I've done enough work to realize that the only work I'm really going to be working on for myself for a while is receiving love, nourishment, some tender, loving fucking care, financial prosperity, a body that doesn't hurt to be in, a home I can stretch my legs in, outside I can go and walk around and not feel unsafe. Because I've been drained for 41 fucking years of my life, of my life. I've been drained for 41 years of my life, of my gender, of my name, of my blood, of my tears, of my semen, of my ovaries, of my uterus, of my breasts, of my teeth, of my face, of my eyes. That's called murder. I've been literally murdered repeatedly. And they called it love. So rest assured, I'm not over anybody. I was over them a long time ago. That lingering energy was the poison they left behind. And if I was still in love with them, I would be longing to be with them, not pushing them away and then being told I'm playing mind games because I'm pushing them away. No, when I say no, I mean no. I don't mean no, but come here. I mean no, go away. Don't touch me. Don't think of me. Don't call me. Stop watching my channel. Stop making multiple accounts to watch my channel. Parasites. And since I'm the light in the dark, I don't need to fight anymore. Since I'm the feminine and always have been, I don't need to keep fighting. I simply need to be who I am, the light. And how do I do that? By being more of myself. Regardless of whether you people copy it or not, or have already copied it or not, it belongs to me. It's me. It's me. You can't be me, I'm me. So even if I copy what you're doing that's mine, you're gonna look like the copycat because it's authentic to me. Whoever you guys are, if it fits, wear it, Cinderella. Because I've been Cinderella enough. I've cleaned more toilets in my life than I can even fucking count. I've seen more poop that I've had to clean than I can count, both human and animal. It's exhausting to be told anything negative at this point, because all you guys are doing is pointing out what you've done to me. You guys are literally pointing out your handiwork. I showed you pictures of before and after being with Corey. Am I still lying? Go look over the recent 3 or 4 videos. All the pictures are there. That's the effect of a true malignant narcissist, as you call them. A person that is truly possessed by entities with negative intent. Parasites who enjoy parasiting. No sane human being does what he did and stays away that long. And then blames me from a distance through other card readers and his mother. Ew. And then says, oh, it's because I deserve better. No, bitch. You can't stand looking at what you did to someone that loved you. So you're trying to make me the problem again. This time I have the internet. I have pictures of myself that I saved and I took. I have an apartment in my name that you can't take away from me overnight. I have my own animals. I have my own tarot decks you can't take from me because I designed them myself. I have my own paintings I painted myself and I'm not giving them to you. I have my own stories I've written and I'm not publishing them for you. I have my own prophecies I've seen and visions and I'm not sharing them. I have downloads I've been given to share with you and I'm not doing it on YouTube or Patreon. You'll have to pay me. I'm just not doing this anymore. If you guys can sit in a fucking cubicle making $20 an hour and I'm sitting here teaching you how to be better humans, don't you think I deserve to be paid too? Especially when it's a fucking commandment in the Bible. Who gave you guys the right to take from me and thought that no one would notice what you guys did? Especially with how much of a fucking fuss you guys made to blame me for the problem. All the while you guys call me pure of heart, free of karma, chosen, the Empress, the Mother, the Christ, the Light, the Lucifer. You guys call me all these things and then stab me in the back. And then you want what? Compassion? Aww. No. I have compassion for me. And then you the audacity of saying, healer, heal thyself. So you get to break me, and then I get to sit here healing myself. And then while you look at me healing myself, you're not even giving me anything in return, not even a click of a button. But you're harassing me from a distance. Isn't there a law against this? Isn't this called cyber stalking? Isn't this called intellectual property theft? Isn't this called murder? But who cares, right? I'm the light in the dark. Why don't I ask God for help? I did. I wonder what's going to happen next. What happens when a Virgo stops decorating and a Pisces stops crying? The goddess is reborn and sits on her throne. And you parasites won't even be a figment of my imagination anymore. It'll be as if none of you ever existed. Because a blast of such fucking sacred light is going to smite you guys out of existence. Hopefully by taking me out with it, because I don't want to be here. I'm an outsider in a very outside world, and I shouldn't be here. Not in this time and space, not in this reality, not in the dark. Not in an apartment building surrounded by old and dying people. Forgotten by mankind and blamed for everything. Give me a break, man. All the while, you guys profit off of my suffering. Parasites. And guess what? If you guys are parasites, and I've been shown all this just to recognize the parasites, guess what that means? I'm safe, protected, I'm healthy, whole, and complete. I'm loved, loving, and lovable, and God sees me and has been taking care of me all this time. And for all I know, all of this stuff has been a residual delusion caused by a parasitic entity attached to my soul stream that has been removed. So, do what you will, because God has heard me. To my tribe, where the fuck are you guys? How much longer do I need to do this on my own? It's been 4 decades and 2 lifetimes. It's been over 100 years. At the least. Are you really telling me in over a fucking century I've never emitted a wavelength to attract my own tribe? How does that work? I'm calling for support. Tribe. Let's see who shows up to help.